I'm going to set up a new assignment in Praze for peer reviewing. I want to set this up for a subject that has two classes, and within those classes students will work in smaller groups. This is the home page of Praze. It already has two assignments set up, so I'll click on New Assignment to make a third one. We start in the Description tab, where I'll enter a name for the assignment. Design Project. Save and proceed. The students will submit the work in groups. They're going to upload an assignment, and I want them to receive feedback on their reviews at the end of the process, so I'll click yes to that. Save and proceed. There's no topics because this is a group assignment and topics relate to individual assignments. We move on to the Users tab. This is where we put in information about the students and the staff. I've already downloaded a file from the LMS with login names, email addresses and so on, so I'll choose that file and upload it. It's a CSV file. Save and proceed. The admin users, the staff, we ran this assignment last year, so the staff are already in there, so I'm going to clone from another assignment and I'll select the assignment from last year and save and proceed. For the classes and groups, this is what groups the students belong to. Again, I have prepared a file beforehand, so I'm going to upload that file. It's called grouplist.csv. I'll show you quickly what it looks like. It's an Excel file with student login names, the day of the class, and the group they belong to. The next tab is the Submission tab. We've already decided on file upload as a submission type. I'll add a little bit of introductory text which the students will see when they get to this part of the screen. This screen is where we set the timelines for the whole reviewing process. This is probably the most complex part of the process. Here's a timeline I produced earlier. It shows the individual dates down the bottom of the screen and a summary here of what the assignment is going to look like in terms of the dates students have to do things. So the assignment opens April 17th for the whole of the semester. There's a week of submission phase with a due date just before the end, a week of review phase with a due date just before the end, then a feedback phase that goes on for the remainder of the semester. It's a smaller summary down here. I'm happy with that, so we'll continue on. This is the Review tab, and again we can set some introductory text for the reviewing process. I won't bother with that here. The review rules are very important. This is where we decide who reviews what. So I want staff and students to do the reviewing. I'm going to select a review form I previously used. And I don't want the reviewers to view other reviews of a submission. The number of reviews, I want the students to do 3 reviews. I want them to review from other students in a different class, but any group. And the staff, I want them to review from the same class that they teach, and again from any group. The dates we've already set, so we can continue on. Similarly for the Feedback tab, I have a form I previously used. I'll select that. I won't type any text in this time, and the dates have already been set. That's the end of the process. We're back to the home screen. You can see now a summary of this design project. It summarizes here the things to do with the submission. So there's the open and closing dates, how far away they are. You can modify the dates from here. You can also modify them up here. You can run a simulation, which we'll do separately, for allocating the work to students. You can proxy submit for a student that might have had trouble submitting or submitting late. And you can email students who haven't submitted, and you can look at a student view of some of these pages, and you'll see what the students would see, but according to the dates, so you might have to fiddle the dates to see things later on in the process. Similarly, there's a summary of the review part of the process, the feedback part, and links to things to do with the users and groups. Well, that's it. The next stage would be to allocate the work to the students, and we'll do that in a separate video clip.